This is the Hiking Thru Life podcast. We've all been gifted a journey called life. Let's see where the journey leads us today. Welcome to the Hiking Thru Life podcast, where we talk with people who in some way, shape, or form have been influenced by the outdoors. I'm Andy, the producer of this podcast, and my lovely wife Sarah will be your host. Together, we make up Hiking Thru Life.
This podcast is all about bringing all kinds of people who are inspired by the outdoors and sharing their stories.
We hope that by sharing people's stories, it inspires others to get out and live a more meaningful life. Tune in every week for new episodes, or better yet, subscribe to the Hiking Thru Life podcast on your favorite podcast provider. If you enjoy this podcast, please share it with others. Also, if you have a story to share or know of anyone who might be interested in being a guest on this podcast, head on over to hikingthrulife.net/podcast and get in touch with us.
If you'd like to support Hiking Thru Life, you can go to hikingthrulife.net/shop. We have t-shirts, water bottles, and we recently added stickers to the shop.
Use the code podcast at checkout and receive 10% off your first order. There are other ways you can support this podcast as well. You can check those out at hikingthrulife.net/support. Also, be sure to sign up for our email list. You can do that by heading over to hikingthrulife.net. Enter your email address and click subscribe. There's no commitment. You can unsubscribe at any time. As part of our email list, you'll receive our monthly newsletter. We'll also be sending out any promotional codes for Hiking Thru Life gear. It's an excellent way to follow Hiking Thru Life's journey. Now sit back and enjoy this week's episode.
Hey guys, it's Hiking Thru Life here. Sarah.
And Andy.
And our new addition, baby Rory, is here too. So if you hear baby noises, he wants to be a part of the podcast as well. And we can't forget about Daisy. The dog's here too. So we just want to give an update about parenting life and how it's been going for us. How we've adapted as new parents and what adventures we've been on with baby.
Yeah, it's been a month and a half. Rory was born on October 1st. And it's been a journey, but everyone was healthy during the birth and everything. And it's been awesome to see him grow, and he's grown so much in this past month and a half.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, everyone says babies grow fast, but literally, we're already putting away his 3-month clothes, and he's not even 3 months yet.
Yeah. He's in 3 to 6 month clothes right now.
It's insane. He definitely is tall, like Dad.
Long and getting heavier.
It's crazy. Babies grow so rapidly. So rapidly. And it very much has been a journey. And definitely an adjustment. Like anything in life, when things are new, it's an adjustment. There's an adjustment period.
Yeah, you just gotta kind of figure things out, and it's not really the same for everyone. So what works for some people may not work for you. And we're kind of figuring some of that out too. So, I mean, initially there were just some issues with him gaining weight. And we figured out that we just needed to supplement some more. So we supplemented some formula along with the breastfeeding, and that ended up helping out a lot. So don't be afraid to try some different things if you are a new parent, or if you're finding yourself in something new, some new situation. So we found that definitely getting some help with that ended up helping us a lot. So we ended up seeing a lactation nurse and the pediatrician, and both were very helpful in getting Rory back on track to kind of building up back to his normal kind of weight gains and stuff.
Yeah. So, getting that help was extremely helpful for everybody, and especially me, because otherwise I felt like I was just trying to feed him all day, and that mentally is very draining.
And physically very draining because you're up like all night with him too.
Yeah, up all night, up all day, not sleeping at all. New parent life is challenging.
Yeah, and we were trying to breastfeed the whole time too, so there wasn't a whole lot I could do because Sarah didn't start pumping until like a week after he was born or so. So you weren't pumping right away, so we didn't really have any other breast milk on hand that I could feed him with the bottle. And once you did start pumping though, and we started supplementing with a little bit of formula, I was able to take on some more of those feedings so you could get some extra rest that you needed.
Yeah, and that is highly recommended for people too, for mommy's own mental well-being. So that's been a journey. And we already took him on his first camping trip.
Which was a bit unexpected because it is the fall going into winter here in Minnesota. So being born October 1st, we didn't think that the weather would cooperate and it would be too cold for him to actually get out camping. So we thought, he probably won't get out camping until next summer.
When he's like 9 months.
Yeah. But with the weird weather that we've been having, there was a stretch in the beginning of November where it was in the 70s and the lows were only down in the upper 40s. So we decided to take a chance and say, hey, let's go do a drive-in camp spot at a state park. And so we did that, and Grandma was able to come with us. So we had an extra set of hands. And yeah, it was great. Rory did excellent. He did his first hiking trail too.
Yeah, his hiking club trail. I don't know if people are aware or not about the hiking club trail in Minnesota, but it is a program at the Minnesota State Parks where you can hike the trails and find passwords, and you write them down in this awesome little book, and you can collect pins and patches and get a free night of camping eventually for hiking a certain number of miles.
Yeah, so he was able to experience that, and he slept really good, even though it did get fairly cold at night, a little, I think, cooler than we had expected. It was still in the 40s, but for a baby, it's kind of cold.
Yeah, for a baby at 1 month, it's cold. I mean, it was cold for me. I had a lot of layers on, and I was so worried about him the whole night. I think I got 2 hours of sleep or so, because I was constantly up checking him.
Yeah, every time that I woke up in the middle of the night, I saw Sarah just like sitting over we brought his pack and play so he could sleep in his pack and play, and that, Daisy wouldn't accidentally like kind of sleep on top of him if he was on the floor. So he was in his pack and play, and Sarah was always constantly looking over it as I woke up throughout the night.
Yeah, the worried new mom syndrome was totally real.
Yeah, but if you want to check out kind of more of Rory's first camping adventure, we actually started a new blog that Sarah is maintaining that is all about our parenting journey. And the very first post was actually Rory's first camping trip. And so you guys can find that over at parenting.hikingthroughlife.net.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about this blog that I'm going to be doing. Like Andy said, it's going to be sharing our parenting journey. And it's also going to be sharing, I wrote pregnancy blogs throughout my whole pregnancy. So I'm going to be sharing those on the blog over time, just so people can kind of have an insight as to what pregnancy is like. And it's different for everybody, but if anyone's interested in just reading a blog about pregnancy, you can check that out. And we're just going to be sharing, our journey of parenting.
Yes, which is quite the journey in itself. And as kind of the latter part of our name, Hiking Through Life, we do want to share kind of some of our life experiences, so parenting being one of them. So we decided to create kind of this separate blog that kind of stands alone a little bit away from some of our other outdoor adventures. We'll still be including some of our outdoor adventures with Rory on the parenting blog, as well as Hiking Through Life. So if you're interested in reading more about our journey as a parent, or just interested in how we navigate some of the outdoor adventures with a child, definitely go over and check out parenting.hikingthroughlife.net.
And we have some really exciting podcast episodes coming up over the next few weeks to kind of go along with the whole parenting theme that we've been navigating. Since we're new parents, I thought it would be fun to talk to other parents who have done backpacking with their young children, mostly babies and toddlers. So I talked to a couple parents from the Backpacking with Babies Facebook group. That's a really awesome Facebook group to be a part of. If you aren't part of it, just look it up on Facebook, Backpacking with Babies. And I connected with a couple other parents, and they came on the podcast to talk about their experience backpacking, and they shared tips and tricks and stories about their experiences. So those are going to be the upcoming podcast episodes. We also had a dad on who does backpacking with his kids, and he's a big YouTuber as well. You can look him up on YouTube, Emery by Land. He has a lot of really informational videos about backpacking with babies that you can go check out. He's going to be on an upcoming episode, so make sure you listen to those.
If you don't want to miss an episode, you can go to wherever you listen to podcasts and subscribe to the Hiking Thru Life podcast. You can also go to hikingthroughlife.net and sign up for our email list and receive our monthly newsletter where we share the links to the previous month's episode every month. So you can get those podcasts a couple different ways. And also another reason you should sign up for our email list is we will be releasing our holiday gift idea list for the outdoor person in your life that you are shopping for. So if you want some ideas on gear, resources, other gift ideas for somebody that likes the outdoors, be sure to sign up for our email list, and we will be sending that out shortly.
And if gear isn't what you're looking to buy this year, you can check out the book list that I wrote on parenting.hikingthroughlife.net. There's a lot of awesome book recommendations that I wrote on there. Outdoor books, kid-related books, parenting-related books, family books. So that is on parenting.hikingthroughlife. So we are sharing lots of exciting ideas with you guys in the holiday season. Or if you just want to treat yourself to something this year.
Yeah, that too. So all of the links that we just mentioned will be in the show notes in the description of this episode. So definitely go check that out. Also, if you're looking for a gift for a little one and you want to keep them warm during those cool nights camping, like we were on Rory's first camping trip, we're super excited to check out these new base layers that we just got from Ella's Wool. They're 100% merino wool, super soft, and we can't wait to put Rory in them this winter. If you want to save 10%, use the code HikingThruLife2020. We'll have a link down in the description as well. But yeah, this base layer that I'm looking at right now, and Sarah actually put Rory in them, they're super, super soft. And it's 100% merino wool, like I said, which means that it's
moisture wicking. It'll keep your baby nice and warm when you're out on winter adventures. If you're an adult, you probably wear merino wool yourself if you're really big into the outdoors. I'm sure you've heard about merino wool. So putting your little babies and kiddos into merino wool is just as important.
Yeah, it's better than cotton, because if it does get wet, it still maintains its insulating properties, whereas cotton, it kind of saps the warmth right out of you when it gets wet. So merino wool is a great option for a base layer, especially for little kids.
Yeah, we got the little hat for him that's it looks like it's going to be really tight to his head, which I'm super excited about, because the hat that we had him in when we were camping was like one of those looser cotton ones, and it just kept falling off him when he slept. But I feel as if putting him in this hat would have been perfect for camping. So I so wish we would have had.
Yeah, and it's got some little ties too to keep it on his head, whereas we just had like a little stocking hat on him, and it kind of came off as he was moving around in his sleep and stuff.
Which caused for me to be up all night, just making sure he was warm. Oh, and tip on breastfeeding in the tent, bring a chair into the tent.
Yeah, you were sitting on the ground. However, you were on one of those like stadium seat chair things. So it had a backrest, but it was still on the ground. But, you know, if your tent is big enough, just bring in like a camp chair where you can just kind of sit off the ground too. But having at least a backrest is very, very helpful, right?
Yeah, it makes such a difference. If you're just sitting on the ground and breastfeeding, your back is going to be in major pain. So breastfeed in comfort when you're camping.
And bring maybe a blanket to put over yourself.
Yeah, when it's cold, absolutely. I was layered in my blanket and cozy. I had my sleeping bag on still because it was chilly.
Yeah, it was a fun experience though, and we're super excited for this summer when we can do a lot more camping with him.
Yeah, and we did bring him his little tent, the Kilo Fly tent, and we had him in that outside.
Yeah, it's this little pop-up like sunshade, but it also has a bug net on it too, so it I don't know, he might be getting a little long for it, and we might only be able to use it like just this summer if
even next summer. Like, he's already so long.
Yeah, but no, we were able to use that during the camping trip we were just on with him, and it was a great little area for him to be off the dirty ground, and kind of gave him some space so Daisy wouldn't bug him either and lick him all over. And
yeah, and he was just so content and calm when he was in that little tent, just looking around, taking in the noises, the sounds of nature. So definitely get your babies out there when they're young, because as much as we worry as parents, they're going to be okay. And that camping trip was a reminder to that. They will be okay.
Yeah, we've been watching some videos of people that take their kids out to the Boundary Waters, that take their kids out camping, and we're just getting super excited for this summer.
Yeah, we're gearing up for summer, even though we're just starting winter here in Minnesota. It's going to be a long winter, but we're excited to get outside.
Yes, and we are excited to do some winter activities with him too, so we do have a little, what do you call it? Not a pack, but a
carrier.
Yeah, like a little baby carrier that just straps him onto the front of you. And we're going to take him out in his little snowsuit, and do some snowshoeing this winter. Daisy loves the snowshoeing as well. So with that, be sure to go check out parenting.hikingthroughlife.net and also sign up for our email list. You can find that at hikingthroughlife.net on the main page there.
Oh, and we're doing a giveaway through the end of November.
Oh yeah, how could I forget? To participate in the giveaway, go to hikingthroughlife.net, and you can kind of scroll down on that page, and you'll see the giveaway contest. You'll need to be a U.S. resident and also fill out our survey. And the survey will only take you a couple minutes. It's fairly short, but it's just kind of a survey for us to get an idea of our audience and just what about the outdoors do you enjoy? What about the outdoors would you like to learn more about? Like, if you are interested in any type of services, like a planning kind of travel agent service for backpacking trips, or if you'd like a guided hike type of thing. The one thing that we really strive to do is, and we're going to make this more of a goal this coming year, is helping people that want to get outdoors out there. We want to kind of eliminate some of those roadblocks that might be preventing you from getting outdoors if you haven't yet taken those steps or don't exactly know where to go or what kind of gear you need and stuff like that. So this survey will at least help us kind of gauge where people are at and what might be most valuable to people that maybe are just beginning in the outdoors, or for people that are already in the outdoors but maybe just want some more help in an aspect or are looking for something more.
If you take that questionnaire, you'll be entered for the giveaway for a backpack. It's a day pack or a water bottle. So sign up for that giveaway because you might win.
And we'll have a link for that survey down in the description of this episode as well. This was just kind of an update podcast and letting you guys all know where we're at. And we're super excited for this upcoming year, and as well as our journey as parents.
We're excited to keep growing our Hiking Through Life community, our Parenting Through Life community, and as always, thanks for listening. You've been listening to the Hiking Through Life podcast. Peace, love, and hike through life. And parenting. You've been listening to the Hiking Through Life podcast. Peace, love, and hike through life.